everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the sound system demo of the 2022 Infiniti QX55 and its 16-speaker Bose Performance Series audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio adjustments, audio controls, inputs, speaker locations, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay, then get out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. If you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning, you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. Before we get started, let's hop out, take a quick look at the car. New model for Infiniti here in 2021-2022 model year. A little bit of a slope back version of the QX50 crossover, the QX55. Beautiful, very dark blue color. It probably looks black to you here on camera, but very, very dark blue. I like the styling. Infinitis do a great job with styling, but driving maybe a little bit different story. So if you want to see more on the QX55, check the links in the description. We've got a real-world highway fuel economy test and a DM test drive. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV audio files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. The classic Infiniti 2-screen setup. So up here you've got either mapping or in this case Apple CarPlay, and we'll see Android Auto up there in a little bit. And down here you've got audio, a main menu, and some climate adjustments. This kind of throws me off a little bit. It's a little bit frustrating. There are two ways to get to audio adjustments in the QX55. When you're just on the audio screen, you have this little gear icon. You're like, oh cool, audio adjustments. You click there, bass, treble, fader, balance. You're like, great, there are my audio adjustments. But there are actually more. And it's a 4-click process, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're at your real sound settings. You got bass, treble, fader, balance, and Bose Audio Pilot, Bose Center Point, and driver's audio stage, as well as some surround volume adjustments when center point is on, like so. So there's no sort of reset, but let's turn off driver's audio stage and center point, and go through and check out bass and treble. The most responsive touchscreen. It always cracks me up also that the resolution on this bottom Infiniti screen is always better than the top screen. It's amazing they haven't standardized that a little bit here by 2021. But we've also got standard fader and balance, and then Bose Audio Pilot. That'll actually adjust elements of the music as there's more ambient noise in the cabin to make up for road noise, engine noise, things like that. Bose Center Point, that creates a bit more of a surround stage setting, so let's turn that on now. You can adjust the surround volume as well. Some subtle adjustments there. Certain Bose vehicles sound better with center point on, in my opinion. Some sound better with them off. So we'll just have to see throughout our testing how this sounds. And sometimes it just comes down to personal preference as well. You also have this driver's audio stage that kind of focuses the sound on the driver. So let's click that on. It's subtle, and maybe we'll notice it a bit more when the rest of the instruments come in, but right now it sounds like the music is directly in front of me. It's like as if I could see it right there. When you turn it off, it sounds like the music coming from a little bit more around you. So I can see the driver's audio stage being really nice for talk radio, some easier listening music, but if you want a really powerful sound stage, if you will, or experience, you might want to leave that off. Okay, for audio adjustments here in the QX55, you have this nice volume knob right here in the center, very easy to grab, easy to turn, nice clicks. Volume up and down adjustment on the left side of the steering wheel. For track selection, you've got buttons right here. If you're in the media screen, you can also use the touch screen. Kind of have tuning buttons right there as well, I suppose. And for the steering wheel, you can use these up and down buttons to toggle through your tracks. It looks like you cannot seek. So most systems you can kind of click and drag and move through your USB tracks, but interestingly, maybe if I hold down this button, there we go, that'll seek forward. Surprised you can't do that with the touchscreen. For audio inputs in the QX55, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM, satellite radio, Bluetooth, USB-A, and USB-C. I like having both of those inputs there. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can use wireless CarPlay, but not wireless Android Auto. And you have a disc player. What does that mean you're missing? Well, you don't have a 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, but other than that, that's about it. You've got just about everything you would want. You've got your USB inputs, wireless CarPlay. I mean, I guess you could want wireless Android Auto as well. That's a good point. But you do have a CD player if you've got some old, high-quality CD tracks you want to listen to, and your standard radio inputs as well. And not really any sort of streaming services. That's something that a lot of people have, like having Spotify built right into their car or something like that. But not in here, but you can just use your phone. For speaker locations, like I said, this is a 16 speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Into the back. 10, 11, 12, 13. The trunk. 14, 15 hiding back here in the D pillars right there. And then way under here, you have the final 16 subwoofer under the floor. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto demonstrations. Like I said, we can use wireless CarPlay. So you see right now it is plugged into the car and it's coming up here on the screen. You see you've got your home screen here. You click on that, bring up your maps, that all around. Got music, everything's very responsive. Settings screen. It looks okay on this lower resolution screen, but at least the responsiveness is good. Not a very high refresh rate either. Android Auto. I will say I do really like this two-screen setup for using CarPlay and Android Auto, because you still have all of your other connections and media and things like that adjustable down there, but up top you can get your other things. And there we see Android Auto greeted with Google Maps. Click Home, got your app screen, if you will. Decently responsive. Got settings. Let's see what title looks like. There you go, you got title music as well. Alright, let's get out and hear these songs on the road. sound system has a few qualities that I really appreciate. First of all, the sound stage here in the front seats is vast. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 speakers all situated in front of me here in the driver's seat. And they make for a good sound stage. The music's placed nicely in front. In fact, you can choose the driver sound stage and it places the music right in front of you. It sounds awesome. In fact, we'll do that now. Let's go home, swipe over, settings, sound, down, so many clicks. Driver sound, audio stage. The highs are nice and crisp. I like that. You got the tweeters up here working hard and up there. And a good satisfying low as well. The downside to me is the mid-highs, the mid-range, right above the middle of the bands, is coming through too strong, and it makes for a messy sound, especially with this more complex type of music. The type of sound that kind of hurts your ears when you turn the music up. It's not satisfying sound. And the downside is all you have is bass and treble to adjust. There's no mid-range adjustment, so I can't dial that down a little bit. That's frustrating. The way I see it is every luxury car should have at least a 5-band equalizer for you to mess with. Let's go to this next song and see what the bass is like. We'll start with normal settings and then pump the bass up. Center point on now. My thoughts on the 16-speaker Bose Performance Series audio system here in the 2022 QX55. For an Infiniti Bose, I'm fairly impressed. I'm satisfied with the sound. I'd be totally happy with this in my personal car. Objectively speaking, for sound quality, we'd given this a B. B rating, B tier for this one. That being said, few things that could go a long way in making this sound system that much better. Oh geez, we've got a state cop coming up on me. Is he gonna mind that I've got a camera on my head? We're gonna just kind of hope he doesn't really look at us here. Keep my hand up. Eye contact. Okay, hopefully we're good. Anyway, a few things they could do to make this a lot better. Having a mid-range adjustment. Come on, Infiniti. People want to be able to adjust sound to their liking. Mid-range would be huge. And that would help with the mids being a little too strong and giving up that. And then the other complaint, the fact you got to click so far away to the sound screen to get into that. Other than that, I like the usability. I like all the inputs. You got wireless CarPlay. It'd be nice if they got wireless Android Auto in there, but maybe next year. So even for this class of vehicle at this price point, we'll still be getting a B for this audio system. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more on the QX55, we've got highway fuel economy test and a DM test drive, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on. Look everyone, he's getting pulled over. Mr. Explorer doesn't like the other Explorer.